Hello, my creatures of night. It is I, King Beanie, and today I continue my travels through the story of 1999 because we hit the year 2011. Now let's see what happens with the main character then. I'm sorry, I still haven't posted anything for a while. I kind of lost interest in this blog since I hit a standstill while looking for more information about the identity of the owner of Caledon Local 21. However, I struck gold. I found some answers, surprisingly, from the father of a kid I used to babysit. He lives just across from my street, and I used to look after his kids when they were younger. He currently doesn't have a job either. He used to live near the woods outside of Caledon and witness the owner's activities in the woods. His name is Anthony Poyo. When he lived in a small bungalow outside the woods, he would often venture in to smoke a joint of marijuana or two before returning to his work as a woodscraftsman. Poyo described that sometimes he would hear voices of children coming from deeper within the woods, as well as a glowing light off in the distance. Poyo told me that these events started in late 1997. Note, this is around the time that Caledon Local 21 began airing. He apparently became annoyed by this happening every once in a while, and actually went to investigate. Poyo then described what the whole scene looked like when he got there. There was a bunch of kids. He said about 13 to 17, and ages 5 to 12 gathered around a large fire pit with a burning fire. With them was a single adult. Poyo talked to the man, noting his unusual, unkempt appearance of a crack addict, as well as his constant twitching, and asked what he was doing out in the forest with the children. The man said they were on a camping trip, something they did frequently. Poyo, not suspecting anything, Caledon has one of the lowest crime rates in Canada, simply left it at that and told them to be quieter. Poyo then paused for a while before telling me that they never became quieter. In fact, he sometimes heard a loud chanting from the children in an unknown language. He didn't bother meeting with the man again as he was moving away. I told Poyo that the man probably was the owner of Caledon Local 21, but he doubted it, as he heard the man was moving to Pickering by several other residents near that area. Here is what I know now. The man would take the kids into the woods regularly for camping. The fire pit Poyo described may be the hole the bodies of the children were found in. The children Poyo saw are probably the ones found dead. The man moved to a city called Pickering, a small city east of Toronto. I will discuss this with my dad's friend and see if this matches anything the police knew about the man. I also want to see if he has any other knowledge of what happened around Caledon Local 21. Update, February 10th, 2010. Good news, guys. I talked to my dad's friend, and he disclosed a lot of information for me. First, I asked if the police had any information on the man who ran Caledon Local 21. He replied that they only have had the same leads for years and never found a suspect. However, the Peel Regional Police do have some of the tapes found in a house Caledon Local 21 was broadcasted from. He took me over so I could watch a few. I guess I haven't said much about him yet. My dad's friend's name is Mitchell Wilson, a pretty nice guy. He seems to understand my thirst for knowledge on what happened during the late 90s in that house. He feels it was wrong that my dad went so long without telling me much. He took me to the Davis Road Police Station. If you don't know, it's the largest station in Caledon, and one of the largest within the Peel region itself. Each of the main stations around Peel have some of the tapes. I was able to watch all of the footage that Davis Road Station has. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to take any tapes home for obvious reasons. Paint with the Soul, Episode 10, Garbage Thrown Away. Paint with the Soul was one of the shows that I Am Real Life and Sigi 92 discussed on NeoSeeker. I told the police about this, and they informed me that the 12 episodes of the show were made and broadcasted between December 5th, 1997 and January 8th, 1998. Exactly as I Am Real Life and Sigi described. The episode opened with the cameraman wandering around in a forest. It appeared to be during the evening, as it seemed the sun was setting. The cameraman walked along a path until he got to an area where there was a lot of garbage lying in the leaves. The camera looked around at the various wrappers, bottles, bags, and boxes, making sure each item got a few seconds of screen time. The camera then focused on a single area before the man spoke. I recall he spoke in a very timid, quiet voice. And I swear I've heard it somewhere else before, like on another Caledon Local 21 show. I could barely hear what he was saying, but he mainly talked about how humans are garbage, or something that had to do with saving ourselves by cleaning up the garbage. It actually sounded really stupid, but still, a feeling of dread came over me. I mean, that forest was possibly where those bodies were found, right? Mr.Bears' Cellar, Episode 25. When the police administrator brought this tape in, I actually said, "Oh shit," and chuckled a bit, out loud of course. I got stares from the staff. But Wilson explained to them about my little experience with Mr. Bear, and how he still kept a letter he sent me. Like the previous episodes, this one included a guy wearing a bear mascot costume. The episode began with Mr. Bear waddling over to his cellar door with a bottle of orange juice in his paws. On the ground were 16 shot glasses as well as a small bottle that contained an unknown liquid. Mr. Bear poured an equal amount of orange juice into each glass before opening the smaller bottle and depositing one drop into the glasses. Mr. Bear then went off camera, and there were some minor sounds, such as shuffling, and then Mr. Bear emerged from behind the camera's location. Following him were 16 children. Some looked as young as 4, while others looked like they were practically teenagers. As the children entered, the administrator commented that this is the only episode that showed all 16 victims. The kids all looked rather content, except for this one who had visible bruises on his face. And unlike the other kids, he had a more fearful expression. He also looked about 11 to 12, which caused me to recognize him. He was the kid who had asked about his sister, and subsequently met an unknown fate at the end of episode 23. That one episode I watched during July 1999. When I told the administrator this, he confirmed it was the same kid, who's also featured in episode 24, an episode that only aired once at 3 o'clock in July 1999. The police still have not found this tape. Mr. Bear then broke into song, singing about citrus fruits and how good vitamin C was for you. I could barely hear the lyrics as they were muffled by the bear mask. The kids all drank their juice, the one from episode 23 doing it rather reluctantly, and the episode ended. After viewing the tapes in possession of the Davis Road Police Station, I'm satisfied, but only temporarily. I still want to know the full story. The police still give me the same crap about Caledon Local 21, the creator being a fetishist pedophile, as well as an apparent cultist. I will sign off for now. Get into university first, and get information later. Hopefully, I will get back to this blog as soon as possible. Let's stop for now. We won't finish 2010 just yet. I think we should hold off for a minute. Let things simmer. Because it's about to get even worse for our main character. Thank you all for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. I am Beanie, and thank you for watching The Realm of Nightmares.